All right, guys, How To Tuesday. We're going to continue with the fish threat series that we started last week. So last week's, if you remember, was the dashboard and setting up Sophos fish threat. If you missed it, I'll put it up here on the card. It's probably a good idea to actually stop watching this video and go watch that one first and then come back to this one. So this week, we're going to start introducing campaigns. We'll start with a simple one, which is a phishing campaign. There's actually several campaigns that you can do, but we're gonna walk our way through this starting from easy to more complex. So here's Brandon.
Okay, so we've got fish threat open. We're going to go to campaigns. We're gonna select new campaign. Go ahead and give it a name. So let's say phishing tests 1, 2, 3. Choose phishing. Choose my language that I want to apply to the specific campaign. You can see all the options that we have here. In my case, I'm gonna choose English and go ahead and hit next. Now the first screen that populates is for the actual attack email itself. Now, as you can see within this, I have a ridiculous amount of attack emails. They go on and on and on and on and on. It's very realistic that you could test your users for 2 or 3 years and have them not ever see the same attack email twice. So let's go ahead and get back up to the top here. Let's see, Control Home. Here we go. Okay, now a couple of things with these attack emails. First, if I want to get a better look at them, I can just click on the center, go ahead and take a closer look. Second, I can sort. So I can sort by all attacks, new attacks, featured attacks, or custom attacks, and then I have the ability to sort by difficulty level as well. You can see on the top right-hand corner, it does list the difficulty level of each one. I typically suggest with my clients to start as easy as possible, really start with training, start as easy as possible, go moderate, go hard, make it harder and harder and harder on them. You start to increase that level of suspicion. Last piece that you can do is search. So if you know there's a type of campaign that you're specifically looking for, like fidelity, here's some of the fidelity templates that we have. The other thing that people like to do is Office 365, for example. So here's some 365 ones. You can quickly search those. Everyone's typically migrating or have migrated to Office 365. So these make for some fairly successful attack templates. Let's go ahead and back out of this. Now, with this, we do have the ability to choose up to 5 different attack emails. This will be randomized to the users you select to add to this campaign. So let's go ahead and choose a couple of these. So there we go. Let's go ahead and choose this one, that one. There's our 5. So let's go ahead and hit next. The next thing it's going to prompt me for is to select training. Now with the training, I have a couple of options here as well. Now, I have the ability to do an attack-only type of campaign, which is really just for building some statistics and seeing how your general user base does without being prompted that they messed up. In order to do an attack-only, you just turn the training off, hit next, you're good to go. For this one, we're going to actually choose a training. Now, again, a couple of things to look at with the training as well. I do have the ability to sort based on HTML or video-based training. You can tell the difference between this little symbol here being in the HTML, this being the video. The other thing that I want you to notice is in the top right-hand side of each piece of training, you can see the duration. So this one's 2 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. The important thing to know is that none of these trainings will ever be more than 10 minutes. We're not trying to beat your users to death with these things. We're trying to give them some valuable information and let them go on about their day. The other thing that you may have missed is this little checkbox right here for training reminders. They will continue indefinitely until the user completes the training. You will have logged events and that type of stuff saying if the user has not started the training, if they've started the training, and if they've completed the training. So all of those are possible. Last piece of information is if you see trainings that look like this, intro to phishing, phishing awareness, don't take the bait, these are all original Sophos training. These are typically what they look like, and most of them are HTML based. If you see the ones that look like anime, like the spear phishing or targeted phishing or two-factor account takeover, clean desk policy, these are all a company that we've partnered with called Ningio. They make fantastic trainings. They provide real-world examples within their training. It's excellent. Look at their ratings online. Don't trust me. Definitely look them up. They've got one of the best ratings in the market. It's incredible. No one has this high. Another thing, just like with the attack templates, is if you want to view these. So for example, the HTML base, I can just click in the center, start the course, go through it just as the user would, and take the quiz. I can experience it no differently. Same with the video. I can go start course, and it'll provide me the video. I can play this and see exactly what the user is going to see, if it's beneficial, if I want to include it in the campaign, and I can go ahead and choose the training. Now I'm going to hit next. This next screen is going to give us the ability to actually alter any of the emails, change any of the verbiage, change the sender domain, change really a whole number of different aspects about it. It also includes the ability to control reminder emails, caught landing pages, training landing pages, all of the stuff the user is going to experience over time. If you want, say, for example, the caught landing page to have your company's logo or your company's verbiage as a part of it, all you have to do is come to this caught landing page, go ahead and hit edit, alter this in any way, shape, or form you deem fit. Just make sure not to mess with the link, as obviously you want it to be able to point to the proper training. And then go ahead and hit save. The important thing to note here is if you make any changes to the reminder, caught landing page, or the training landing page, they will persist from that point forward until they're changed again. They will keep being reused in that exact format. So it's not something you're going to have to recreate every single campaign. This is, kind of a really kind of cool thing that this system does pretty easily for you. If we go back to the attack emails, now I can select between any of these and make adjustments to any of these, just as you saw on the caught landing page there. If I look at the first one, I could say edit, and I could come in here and change any of this verbiage to anything I want. I'm going to go ahead and put it back and say cancel. Now you have all of your editing tools here, and then these right here exactly if you want, for example, the user's first name to appear in the email at some point, you can use these brackets: first name, bracket last name, email address, bracket emails, and then the link URL. This one's particularly important because that one's actually going to reference the phishing training, or the caught landing page in this case, referencing. So you can see this link that we have here. I can actually edit this link, and in the edit, you'll see link URL. Now, I've done this before to point at an exploit server from my lab for different testing. You have the ability to edit that, but if you want it to, follow the track of Phish threat and still have tracking and show them the caught landing page and get the training going, you'll definitely want to keep link URL in there. So let me go ahead and cancel this, discard changes, and hit next. Now the next one is where I assign my users. Now I can do this by users or by groups. Let's just say I'm going to assign engineering in this case, and I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now this last page gives me the ability to either launch immediately or actually schedule the launch of this campaign. So if I wanted to maybe pre-plan and take a day a quarter, set up all of my campaigns, set them to launch on specific dates, give them end dates so that we stop data collection. Basically, if they haven't clicked on it by March 8th in this case, I'm going to assume they've passed and everything's good. I typically recommend at least having an end date. Make it 2 weeks out, month out, doesn't really matter, but it does give your reporting a final point versus it continuing in perpetuity. Next piece is to send to all enrolled users for this campaign all at once, or you can do 20% every 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever you choose. Again, the attack templates are actually being randomized, so the duration is not going to matter too much. And then here's the attack email, training reminder if you want to see that, the training that has been assigned, and all of the users that have been assigned. Now, if I were to click done here, the campaign launches, everything's good, and we're off to the races.
So there you go. Phishing campaigns are fairly straightforward. We typically recommend that if this is the first campaign that you're doing with Sophos Phish Threat, or you don't do these types of attack simulators and training in your organization on a consistent and regular basis, phishing campaigns are always a good one to start with. Now, Brandon had a tip in there, and I'll put the timestamp below if you want to go back and review it, but spend an hour to a quarter and build all your campaigns, because you can stagger the start times. stagger the employees that are going to be attacked within those campaigns, and then just hit go. This way you don't need to spend any more time throughout the quarter worrying about building these campaigns and who's going to be attacked. An hour to a quarter is all that's really required. Curious if anyone was already doing this type of a setup and it's not really a new tip for you. If it's a new tip for you and you just started doing it, we'd love to actually hear how it's going and whether or not that works for you and your organization. Thanks for watching as always, guys. We're having a ton of fun. There's a lot more content coming on PhishThreat in the coming weeks, and we are super excited to bring it to you. Have a great week. We'll see you again on our next How To Tuesday.